Welcome back to the Bantering Boneheads. Today, we're going to talk about what the best years of your life are.
The best years. I've got quite a few of them years.
Some I can't remember. As the youngest person here, I've heard from both of you geniuses, enjoy this. This is the best years of your life on more than one occasion. So my question is, what is actually the best years of your life?
When are the best years of your life? You want to weigh in on that, David?
Wow, the best years of your life should be from the time you're born to the time you're gone. Every day should be part of the best years of your life because there's always something to learn. There's always something to take away. You're creating memories from birth to death.
Yep. Okay, but we can accept that they're all good, but that doesn't mean they're all the best.
No, but
you have highlights.
Like my answer to that.
But I feel like I say mine was a cop-out answer. I feel like that's a cop-out answer because there are times in your life that just flat out suck.
Oh, there are.
And there are some that are significantly better than others. So you can't just say all of it. I don't feel like that's a genuine answer.
I came up with a profound answer for mine.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. So I really got to think. You sent that out. Hey, what do you think about talking about this? That's how we communicate what we're going to do. People suggest things. We hash it out on a group chat. But I really sat down and started thinking about that. And I really thoroughly enjoyed my childhood in most instances. And then there's a new phase of life when you get married and you've got kids and then when they grow up. So my answer to that, honestly, is my best favorite, I guess you say favorite part of life is now. Mm-hmm. And when I say now, I mean in every single moment.
You thunder stealing.
Now.
That was good.
That was good. And ironically, that's where you meet God at too. Is now. It's not in the past. It's not in the future.
Can we do one episode that doesn't have religion?
We're doing that to mess with you. but seriously, now if you live life, and Lisa tells me that all the time, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Now some of the moments
you are notoriously bad for not enjoying the moment. You're always looking to the future.
Well, but like I said, when I really think about it, it was amazing times when I was a child. It was amazing times when my kids were smaller, and now I've got grandkids that are young, and then one day I'll have great-grandchildren, and, so I have to go with the now.
I'm going to interject something here because I actually wrote a song about that.
Did you?
Saying the best things come in moments, not in weeks or years, like the magic of a rainbow when the storm finally clears.
What was the line about the truck? Because I've never heard one of your songs that didn't say something about a truck.
You know what? Next. This subject's going. You move on to the next show now.
No, I did expect more of a pushback from you because the what I settled on was the best time of your life is where you are, and the reason that I settled on that is if I had a button that I could put in front of you and say you could go back to any point in your life that you want to, anything, anywhere. You choose, but you don't get to take any knowledge with you. None of you would say yes. Heather was like, I would do it. And then I said, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't give up Nate. You might give up me, but that's a different discussion. But you can't guarantee that you would make the same decisions that would land you where you are right now.
Yeah, if you didn't have knowledge, if you couldn't take that with you.
Nobody would do it.
You would just, That reminds me of a saying my dad used to say, and I used to think, man, that is stupid. But now that I'm older, it makes so much sense. And it was, youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Imagine that.
Huh.
Well, hear me out.
I would have never thought that.
Shocker, I know. Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm a contrarian. It's kind of my thing. But, so they say youth is wasted on the young because you have no wisdom when you're young, right?
Yeah.
How much fun would youth be if you had wisdom? If you had the knowledge...
It could be less painful for sure. But
some of the best stories in your life result in a lot of pain, right?
Yeah.
Both emotional, physical, the whole nine. Whereas if you're a 9-year-old looking at riding your bike down a hill that's like this, if you've got wisdom of a 30-year-old, you're like, I don't think I'm going to do that.
I don't know, man.
And you miss out on that.
There's one thing I done when I was young, and somebody was up in a tree, and we had roped a basket over a limb, and I'd put a big brick in it to help give the weight bring it back down. I was pulling that thing up to bring them, so I don't know, a hammer or something, and it got caught on a limb, and it tipped, and that brick came down and busted me in the freaking head.
Oh, no.
That's one that there was no enjoyment.
No,
none.
But it's a fun story to laugh at you about now for us. So
I've never told that story before.
Yeah.
First time for everything. But no, like youth isn't wasted on the young. Wisdom in your youth would be, it wouldn't be any fun. Youth would suck if you had the knowledge that this is going to hurt or I don't want to do this. Because part of the joy of youth is knowing that you're invincible even though you're not.
Yeah.
You can't be convinced otherwise that you can die.
The exhilarating things you do, you know. Maybe, you kind of got a point there. I never really thought about it.
And the other thing is you can't have wisdom without stupid decisions.
Oh,
You've got to do dumb things to become wise. Because if you've just made perfect decisions your whole life, you're pretty freaking stupid, in my opinion, because you have no life experience to base it on. Everything's just going your way the whole time. So when it does finally go to crap, you're going to be like, you're going to freeze. You're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, like
He's put a lot of thought in this.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Maybe
Wait a
because
minute.
he's still in his youth.
Maybe.
And we've already lived.
My knee disagrees with you.
So he's had his profound moment. I had mine.
Bachman.
I just told one.
But
Oh.
you haven't
The
said
brick.
anything. You haven't said anything profound yet.
Have you met me? I'm not the most profound person.
You could have
in the
saved.
world.
You could have put that story in the paranormal show. So when the brick came down and hit you, and you saw this white light and a big tunnel.
That's what that picture.
I bet you did see a white
That's
light.
what that
didn't you?
picture was. It was David being knocked out and put into another dimension.
Yeah.
For you
Hey,
to take a picture.
y'all have seen them old Bugs Bunny and all that with the stars going
Oh, yeah.
around?
Tweety bird.
I literally saw those.
I've seen them before.
I'm staggering. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hit that hard before too.
If you, I know we just had the whole big discussion about it, but like if you could have had, given the choice, if you could have wisdom, like go back to your youth with your wisdom right now, would you do it? Like, let's say that you could go back to 18 with all the knowledge you have right now. Would you do it?
I don't know.
Yes.
I wouldn't.
With the knowledge,
I wouldn't.
I would.
You still wouldn't land where you are now.
That's the whole point. I mean,
It's kind of the point, but it's kind of it's kind of not, right?
don't
Like
get me wrong. As far as like my kids, if it meant that I would lose that, then no. I mean, I love Michael, Jonathan, Zach, Nicholas, and including the stepkids. They're like my own.
Well, I don't, and I don't want to make this too personal, but like you predicate what you're saying off of like I would save myself a ton of pain if I could bring that knowledge back with me, right? But avoiding some of those painful moments would mean that you lost out on the good thing that came from that,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, like the kids.
Like,
you know,
I mean, there's so much there that you would have just never got to experience because those bad experiences still led to good ones. I think the entire concept of I would go back it's a fallacy because A, I mean, we can never do it, but B, if you really truly sit down and think about the implications of it, nobody would actually do it because there's so many possibilities for something to go wrong.
yeah. And then if you screwed something up and it messed up your present that you really like right now, then what would you do? You couldn't fix
Well,
it.
you got to remember too. I mean, going back with the wisdom and knowledge is one thing. My mind's turning so hard right now. Making better decisions would be, I mean, it'd be life changing.
It would be changing. And that sentence is the whole point. It would be life changing, which means I presume you're pretty happy with your life right now.
Right now, yes.
It would change and it wouldn't be what it is right now. It would be completely different. Even to something that everyone has said, like if I could go back in time and invest in Tesla, or I could go back in time and invest in Apple, think about all the money I'd have. Think about how different of a person you would be if you could do that. You would not be the person you are today.
No,
you wouldn't
you
have what you have today.
You wouldn't.
So even with that knowledge, I don't think anybody would push the button. I'm sure there's some outlier that's like, screw you, I push the button, I want my millions. But generally speaking, I think the majority of people, if they actually sat down and talked and thought about the implications of it, I don't think they'd do it.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't because, like you said, you couldn't guarantee that you could be where you are, but in a better situation. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, and that's the other alternative, right? Like, let's say that you went back and you invested in Apple, and then let's say you hired a shoddy accountant that screwed up your taxes, and then let's say that you spend the next 20 years in prison for tax evasion. You technically you did everything right except for hiring the wrong guy.
That's when you push the button again.
Maybe you never see the button again.
It's kind of like that movie, The Butterfly Effect. Remember that?
That is exactly what this concept is. It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's like, what was that? That Adam Sandler movie, Remote Control or something like that?
I don't remember.
Never heard of that one.
Oh, it was a good movie. He was able to fast forward through time by pressing a remote control, and the next thing you know, his life was gone because he kept hitting fast forward.
Never seen it, but I like the premise of it because that's what would happen. You know, everybody's wanted to just skip over something, but you miss out.
Yeah.
I don't think the good things in your life make you who you are. I think the bad experiences in life make you who you are because that's what builds your character and what makes you question what's going on.
I could agree with that. So,
well, what say you? Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Would you hit that fast forward button?
Would you hit the fast forward button? Would you hit the button to go back in time? And since that was the preface of this entire episode, if you push the button, where would you go? What decade, what time frame? Would you be a teenager? Would you be your 20s? Because like where I sit, your teenage years suck. You're young and you're doing stupid things, but somebody else has control over you. Your 20s are better, but you're broke. My 30s are fantastic because they're just my 20s with money. So I'm liking it right now.
I know my favorite button would be the mute button.
The mute button.
Yeah, you remember the days back before we were with the one we truly love. You like how I set that one up? And you're trying to watch a movie or she's just in a bad mood. Mute.
Maybe we should do a relationship advice episode.
Relationship advice.
Hey, there's a lot of experience sitting in here.
Yeah.
Mine is what not to do.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It is, ironically, it's a source of amusement to me that the oldest guy in the room can offer better dating advice than the youngest guy in the room because I've been with the same woman since I was 14.
And that blows my mind. How's she put up with you?
I ain't got a clue.
I raised a strong child.
Yes, yes.
It's real simple. It's called bourbon, tequila, vodka.
So she's a heavy drinker.
No.
Oh, goodness. Well, I guess we'll call it quits on this.
Hey, we appreciate you being with us today. If you would, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Help us grow. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Until then,
wherever you go,
Whatever you do,
stay bona fide.